Going off their Steam page description, Broken Roads is a narrative-driven RPG that brings exploration, strategic turn-based combat, and meaningful philosophical choices to an all-new Australian post-apocalyptic setting. And we're going to be taking a look at the demo right now. My name is KittyW25, a gamer who loves narrative-driven games, and this is Broken Roads. A debut game being developed by Drop Bear Bytes, an Australian-based indie game developer, Broken Roads is a traditional isometric RPG with turn-based combat in the likes of XCOM and Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. With a distinct and beautiful art style, the demo is pretty short, but it gives us a look into practically everything to expect from the game on full release. And from what is shown in the demo, it's looking great. If you're into XCOM-like turn-based strategy games, then you're definitely going to want to try Broken Roads, as it is a solid iteration of that style of games. The following video will be my live commentary while trying out the demo.
My nan called it the end of time. Dad called it a waste of good beer.
That accent.
Me, I called it another day in bloody paradise. It's been 100 years, more or less, since society had its last hurrah. We've rebuilt, sometimes better, sometimes worse, with nothing but hard yakka and the sweat off our backs. There's been bloodshed too, of course. People who will always be willing to kill for what they do.
I like the look of the game.
But that's not most of us. We're the farmers, the brewers, the protectors and the builders, the people who keep this great land connected one town at a time. So you survive. You make do. You live with tough choices and you don't look back. Because the next town is 200 kilometers away in Maine. You passed the last refuge 3 days ago.
Yep.
There's no good or evil, no right or wrong. Only the path you choose to travel down these broken roads.
When's this being released? I think 14th of November? So just over a month from when I'm recording this. Yeah, 14th of November, 2023. We have the demo. I like the art style. I'm not a terribly good player of XCOM and like turn-based strategy games. Like, I'm not very well versed. I can be very single-minded, focus on the wrong things. But I want to take a look at the game and especially take a look at the story, because I do aspire to be a writer. I do have stuff like uploaded on different platforms for people to read. I love narrative-driven stories, and this is one of them, even if I have to suffer through my lackluster turn-based gameplay. Yeah, let's get into it. Welcome to the Steam demo. So we get an origin. These are really nice origins. I like the little like character bio that we've got. So we got the basically like the basic, quote unquote basic, the what is it called, the combat based origin. We got the explorer, we've got the merchant, and we've got the survivalist, basically. Introduction to the moral compass. Ooh. Broken Roads doesn't reduce things to simple right and wrong or good and evil, and this is reflected in how you can handle the scenarios you face on your journey. Okay, so basically this is a they said in their store page that it's got meaningful philosophical choices. And I guess this is the mechanic for that. Cool. Oh, okay. Before I go on, this start is very slow. I'm sure it's not going to be for everyone. Don't know if it's going to be like this in the full release. Maybe they do it a little bit more in universe and in the story, like the prologue, the tutorial section. maybe. But if they do it with this style of menu after like origin, appearance, morality, then it might throw some people off because of the slower start. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Attributes and skill trees. There are 6 attributes: strength, agility, resolve, awareness, intelligence, and charisma. That's a great name. That's very Australian. I like the auto assign. It's a lot. This is a lot of reading and a lot of information. I have to say I'm still very middling with this demo, partly because, like I said, I'm not a big XCOM turn-based strategy kind of person. I'm a simple-minded fella who likes explosions and guns and stuff like that, right? So I play a bunch of...
You made it. Good. My name's Jake Anderson. And this here's Bally Hall.
Ooh, what a crispy sounding voice line. Yeah, like I was saying, I like guns, like shooting guns, and in video games, not in real life. I'm not American. I'm sure you can tell from my accent. I like explosions, cool things, doing cool shit kind of stuff. I'm a simple guy, so I tend to focus on shooters, even though I'm not that good at shooters. I'm not that good at any kind of games, but I still enjoy them. This one, when it comes to turn-based strategy, I reckon I'm less good than I am in shooters. But like I said, I love narrative-driven stories. The fact that this game has a moral compass mechanic with what they say is hard philosophical choices. Yeah, let's do it, you know? Let's try it out. So right now, because of the long intro with a lot of reading, I'm a little bit iffy about it, but I'm still going to give it a chance because I love narrative-driven stories. So I have made it. We've arrived at Bally Hall. Truth to tell, wasn't sure you'd make it. Between the wildlife and the attacks we've seen, thought you might have met with some misadventure.
Right. So the job's simple and the pay's good. You'll ride along to Kokobee with a couple of my scouts as security for Cole, the engineer fixing our radio. At Kokobee, you'll be meeting Mick, the mayor of Brookton, and escorting them both back home.
Sweet. I'm sure your sparkling personality will shine through and you'll win a place in his heart in no time, Ella. She sighs and crosses her arms. Oh, she does cross her arms. Nice. It's interesting that some lines are voice-lined, but not others.
Call her dreamer, because she has big ideas of crossing the Nullarbor and seeing the world. Right now, she's busy sorting through inventory and storage, just past the hall. Probably never dreamed of that.
Moral compass. The moral compass keeps track of you. So what do we have? Not available in demo. He begins combat with reduced initiative. After a few turns, they gain a bonus that lasts for the rest of combat. Okay. If this character ends combat without combat fatigue, they start the next combat with the brave condition and their allies gain inspired. If this character collapses during combat, this character starts the next combat humiliated and their allies are afflicted with the demotivated condition. Not available, not available. This character gains +3 initiative if there are no allies within 8 units. This character gains 5 initiative when lonesome, but also reduces initiative by 3 when inspired. Critical hits deal 100% of damage, but initiative is reduced to 0 on critical misses, forcing this character to act last next round. Critical hit and critical miss chances are increased by 5%. Oh, okay. Editor Joel here, just jumping in because I move on without discussing it, but the perks are very interesting in this demo. From what we're able to see in this demo, I'm interested to see in full release what the other perks do because they're very unique and individualistic. Like, I don't think I've ever seen perks like these guys before in any other game, so it'll be interesting to see how they implement what other stuff they implement in the full release. But yeah, since I moved on pretty quickly from this screen, I thought I'd jump in and delve a bit more into it. Okay, very simple. The map. Oh, I like the map. That's pretty. What?
Cole, meet your new protector. We need extra muscle for our trip to Brookton, given Jake and Jones here headed down Alderside Way to see why they're so quiet. Hired this one on to keep an eye on you.
I like the fact that the art style makes it look like it's kind of like a painting. It's actually really nice. Building a reputation. Yep, good for me and Brookton both. If Darrow's here that someplace is under my protection, I want them to think twice
Don't
about
let him
hitting it.
fool you. Under that bloodthirsty exterior lurks, well, the heart of a killer. But under that, not a bad guy. Not if he's on your side. Well, unless you're a farmer. Then you should lock up your wife and daughters. Livestock too.
You know me so well, Ellie. Except the livestock thing, no one can prove that.
We should set to talk to you about target practice. For sure, let's get on it. You can show us what you got. Show us what you got. Get stuck into it. What am I supposed to do? Optimal range. Different weapons are more effective depending on the distance from the target. Pistol shotguns work well up close, rifles from medium, and a sniper rifle is better from a little further away. Cool. At this point, there's a little bit of a tutorial for the combat system. I'm not an expert in this game genre, but I don't think it's too special. I don't think there's anything too much to say that's different. I'll just skip over this part. There's a big combat. There's a proper combat encounter later on anyway, so I'll just skip over. I'm skipping over a bunch of the dialogue and stuff just because I don't want to ruin the story. This video is just to give you guys a bit of a look into the demo and my first impressions, live impressions of what I think of the game. So let's move on. None of this stupid leaked into my side of the family tree. We're all set.
Oh, I would be deeply offended if I was smart enough to understand that, I'm sure. But look, keep your skin in one piece, yeah? And this goes double for you, Mishti. If you're outside the gate, don't let your guard down.
Turns the face to you. You too, new kid. If all else fails, listen to Ella. She'll steer you right. Got it, Chief. See you later.
You're not even an hour away from
Oi.
Valley Hall when you spot a makeshift cart on the road. A man lies motionless on the ground. A sobbing woman cradles his body.
So this is the only encounter of this kind that we get in the demo, but it seems to be providing the player with that hard philosophical question that the Steam page promises. I would love to see if these characters, these scenes become like a recurring background story, but we'll have to wait until full release comes out. But it was a pretty heart-wrenching one. Solid 7 would have been an 8, but the hole in his chest. Seems like a good listener though, on account of being dead. What the? The emaciated woman is sobbing over the body of a man lying sprawled in the dirt. Bright blood stains his shirt and pools in the dust of the road. She doesn't look up as you approach, trapped in the world of her pain. What happened? At first you think she isn't answering you, then you catch the fragments of words at the edges of her sobs. She looks up, wiping her face with the edges of her sleeves.
What are you even doing here? Why now? Why not before? Before?
I'm gonna say nothing. 1 and 2 suck, so she gives you a look, then steps forward to take command of the situation. What can we do? My son, he shot Greg, then he took the gun, and he's a good boy, I can't lose him too.
It's
What's your
Will.
son's name?
Same as his granddad.
Okay. Right, we'll go have a chat with him then. Hey.
Stay back! I've got a gun!
He points the pistol loosely in your direction. A mop of dusty brown hair hanging down into his eyes. He shakes his head to clear his vision. He can't be more than 18 years old. I'm gonna go for a humanist. I'm not here to hurt you, just take a deep breath. You don't understand. I just killed someone. His arms seem to lower of their own free will. I just killed someone. He raises his arms again. They're shaking. I could kill you too. Who was that man? Did he attack you? He scrubs at his face with one hand. No, you got it all wrong. He points a gun at you with renewed ferocity. I don't want to talk about it. She takes a step towards him, hands up and empty. Hey, let's just have a chat, alright? It's okay, you can trust her. She says nothing, but you see her relax ever so slightly. We've all done things we regret, right? One split-second decision and it seems like it's all over. But it's not. You're still here, and that means you have a chance to make it right. You don't know what happened. What I did. He gestures wildly with the pistol. Ella's expression doesn't change, but she widens her stance. I killed him, my own dad, and all because he... You're not responsible for what your dad did, Will. Her voice is soft, sympathetic.
No, it wasn't like that. He asked me to.
Oh.
He said he was holding me and Mum back, that we'd never make it to Meriden at this rate. So he asked me to make sure she makes it. And
Oh, shit.
I shouldn't even be alive.
He puts the pistol up under his chin and closes his eyes. Reach out a hand. Wait. She won't make it if you're dead. You know that, Will. His hands tremble, then his arms. He drops the pistol and slumps into the ground, his head in his hands. Ella picks up the pistol, checks the cartridge, and tucks it into her belt. He'll be safer without that around for now. We done here? I want to know what happened. Oh, okay, fine. Now get moving. I guess we're moving on already. Jeez, dude.
Cole, you ready? Let's go.
Oh, but I wanted to know what happened.
Hey. You did good back there. It's nice to meet someone else who's willing to believe that a bullet to the head won't solve all the world's problems.
We're all just doing our best here. Took the words right out of my mouth. She grins at you, then removes her hand. Let's get going. Alright, I guess we're gonna keep going.
Welcome to Kirkby Way Station. Now we've got Cole here. All we need to do is wait for Mick to arrive, then escort the two of them back to Brookton.
He has a sense of someone who's seen other people with military training, but never been through it himself. He reeks of sweat, and his camo is obviously the wrong color for the surrounding terrain. I'm gonna stick with the utilitarian, I think. Utilitarian.
I've had enough of your threats.
Oh.
I don't take shit from anyone, least of all a two-bit mongrel too dumb to know his fucking place.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize there were 3 of you. Oh, nice. Critical fail. A miss? Ah! Why did you miss at such a critical amount, at a critical time? He healed himself. What skills do you have? Deadeye? I'm just gonna attack. There we go, he's dead. Nice. Oh no, you missed. Oh no, you missed again. Hey, that's 2 dead. Oh, he really wants Misty. Oh, you son of a bitch. There we go. Could have gone better. She sighs. Still, maybe we stopped him hurting someone else later on. Continue. Ooh. Well, now he cracks his neck. Then gives himself a little shake. It's getting late, but here we are. You should have a look around town, introduce yourself to the locals. Never hurts to know who you're dealing with, especially if you're planning on heading out this way often. At the locals then. Looks like you've been through the ringer, new kid. Time for a beer, each person paying for themselves, of course. Excuse me, I just need a moment of your time. The speaker, a tall, broad-shouldered man, well-groomed with a gold necklace and gold bracelet glinting in the sun. Despite his size, he moves with fluid grace. He reminds you of nothing so much as a big cat, attractive, smiling, and dangerous as hell. Can your business wait? It will hardly take long, but it's a matter of some urgency. Spit it out then. All the humor is gone from him, like he senses a threat. He's alert and focused, his eyes never leaving the newcomer. My name is James Wakefield. I'm glad to have met you, Mr. Jones, as I come bearing a proposition for you and your people. A proposition. Better make it quick, mate. Let me be plain then. I come from a powerful community to the east. We're rebuilding civilization and we'd like to invite Brookton to be part of that effort. Join us and we can end the age of grubbing through the relics of the past. Join us and we can usher in an age of miracles. Okay, it's a cult. It's a cult. His eyes narrow. You want us to bow and scrape to someone who's never even looked our way before? Who never had the good grace to come and say hello himself? Who spits to the side. Civilization. And what do we get out of it, pray tell? Civilization will bring the rains? Fill these fields with wheat again? What happens if we say no? He stares at the stranger silently for a few seconds. We've got nothing but your word to go by, mate. Show us some of these miracles if you're so keen to bring us into the fold. Mr. Jones, I was sent merely to make an offer. I'm a messenger, not a diplomat. If it's pretty words you're after, you're not the man I thought you were. Well, Mr. Not a Diplomat, why don't you piss off back home and tell your overlords that if they want us kissing their boots, they're going to have to prove those boots are worth a tongue. Till they can answers a hard no. I must ask one more time. We can offer your people many things: food, water, protection, freedom from want or care, the future in its limitless possibilities, rather than scratching out a living on the edge of darkness. The only way anyone's free from want or care is if they're dead. And what's the cost of that protection? Absolute obedience. You're not the first to try that one on, mate. Yeah, that's a good one. We wouldn't be the first to succeed either. You seem to know a lot about us for someone we've never met before. Perhaps if your companions showed as much introspection, they wouldn't have been so quick to resort to aggression. I don't know why you're taking this bloke seriously. Join his far-off mysterious company so we can, I don't know, all drive cars again? Mutton chop's been out in the sun too long, I reckon. Piss off, mate. No need to be rude. You made your choice clear. My duty was to ask, and so I have done. Be assured that I shall sleep soundly tonight. A good evening to you all. That sounds like a low-key threat. It's a long enough walk from Kokobi. Had time to hear about a few of your exploits from Our Lady of No Bullshit. Reckon you'd be interested in my take on things?
Well,
sure,
then,
why not?
Here we go.
You're a bit on the slippery side, I have to say. Not that there's no place in the world for different points of view. I just take issue with the ones that affect me in ways I can't foresee. You're a hard worker, I'll give you that, but you're too quick to step in where you should be asking questions first. Misty's a charmer, alright, but she got you good, getting you to do all that work for her. She's not gonna learn that
As
way.
for that merc up in Kokobi,
Deadeye Mason was a bully and an embarrassment, but we don't kill people for that around here. Not since I became mayor anyway. And that's not even getting into what happened at Key Road. Go on. You and Mish make a great team. I don't know that I've been able to talk the kid down, but you did, and you should be proud, even if the most you did was keep your pie hole shut. That takes tact, too.
now, tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. I thought so. You don't live the life I have without becoming an excellent judge of character.
The sound of hail reaches your ears a moment before Sean bursts into the pub, screams and cloying smoke trailing in his wake.
Get out here! We're under attack!
Oh, shit.
Bloody mongrels. Let's show them what it means to tangle with Brookton.
That's as far as your story goes right now. You've already made your mark on this sunburned land, deciding for those who couldn't come down on the side of life or death, but taking a stand against bludgeons and blow-ins. Despite the many paths in front of us, we can only ever walk our own. What tale will your choices tell at the end of your journey down these broken roads?
Interesting. There's the socials for Drop Bear Bites. Yeah, cool. I actually want to continue playing the game, to be honest. It is a bit on the slower side. There's a lot of reading. I don't know if I'll play it like on stream or in a video series. There's a lot of reading. My voice is struggling, but I do want to play it. It looks fun. The battle, it has this similar battle mechanic as all the turn-based strategy XCOM derivative games, with all the crappy like chances of missing and stuff like that. It's kind of like where you can miss even though you're literally like 2 meters away from something. But overall, art style is absolutely amazing. The music is surprisingly pretty nice. The characters are great. They have character, you know. They feel like unique people, which is awesome. With all their like little nuances and little characteristics, that's pretty cool. And the story, though we don't see a lot in this demo in terms of overall narrative, right? I'm thinking that we're gonna with this battle, with this attack, that's the catalyst, right? So this, what we just played in the demo is sort of like the tutorial slash prologue of the main story. I think it's got to have something to do with working with Brookton and the surrounding area to figure out who is this where is this mysterious community with a dude that threatened like sleeping soundly at night. You know, I think that's going to be the story. I love those kinds of stories. I love actually, I don't love post-apocalyptic stories, but just because this one is set in Australia, and there's not, I think it's like the only one that I know in media that is set in Australia. Like a lot of post-apocalyptic stories are all based like in America or Europe or something. So like this is a pretty sick interpretation of that genre. And that's pretty cool. I don't know what else to say. This is the Broken Roads demo by Drop Bear Bites. The release date is going to be 14th of November. Yeah, I'll definitely be playing it.